It's time to stop looking at Robert Pattinson as the teenage vampire who ended up playing Batman.
I'm Edward Cullen.
I'm Vengeance.
Rob has much more shades to play.
I like doing things where you're kind of getting dirty and stuff.
Even diehard fans don't know the real Pattinson because he constantly lies and laughs it off.
What does that mean?
It's time to remove his masks. Almost 4 years, Batman fans have been waiting to see how Robert Pattinson takes on the role of the Dark Knight.
Who are you under there?
Everyone's kind of going, oh yeah,
Waiting.
Oh, you want to play Batman?
The hysterical obsession over the actor's personality from a decade ago is returning. Batman fans, along with the ardent vampire novels admirers, have created petitions against Pattinson as the main character. Robert has been proclaimed to be the most emo Batman of all time for wearing guy liner. Rumors also accused him of having sex with Zoe Kravitz right on the set in the Batmobile. Throughout his career, the media has gone back and forth from melting with affection for Robert to making up wild rumors about him. There was this one rumor that I saw in a magazine saying that I was pregnant. Confused with all the hype, Pattinson once compared himself to a dog in an elevator. Every time the doors open, there's this whole new world, and it just can't figure out what's going on. That's like every day for me. The thing is, the world can't figure out what's going on with Pattinson either. He's a sex symbol for a whole generation, earning millions of dollars, receiving prestigious awards, and maximum respect from directors. Yet he keeps on claiming that if he had to portray his own life,
So it would just be consistently playing just chronically insecure losers. Not exactly the best career in the world. I think that would really, it wouldn't last.
Rob often calls himself a loser with no acting talent. Journalists know his British sense of humor can never be trusted. At the beginning of his career, he told the media the story of his childhood trauma.
The first time I went to a circus, somebody died. One of the clowns died.
All right, I'm not letting that go. How did the clown die?
His little car exploded.
Later though, he admitted he just made it all up because he didn't have a better story to tell. Pattinson's been compared to a prince who inherited beauty and fame, but nothing he says will ever matter. Rob doesn't seem to mind.
It's a mixture of insecurities, like not trying to disguise the fact that none of the words coming out mean anything.
Jimmy Kimmel got the best explanation of why Pattinson is so much into making things up.
You make up a lot of lies for no reason.
I don't know, it's panic. It's panic.
Is it?
Actually, like, yeah, it's sometimes. Do you know what? Now I just go down the rabbit hole of things which I can't get out of.
Okay.
I have extraordinarily heavy saliva.
What does that mean?
When I'm lying, it's for some reason the saliva. I think the panic and the adrenaline makes your
It helps loosen your saliva
thin
up.
out.
Pattinson claims he goes into panic mode when the public eye gets drawn to him, even though he had already started a modeling career by age 12. This is all thanks to the women in his family. His mom was a booker at a model agency, and his two older sisters, Lizzie and Vicky, used to practice their makeup skills on Robert since childhood. Up until I was 12, my sisters used to dress me up as a girl and introduce me as Claudia. 12 was a real turning point for me, as I moved into a mixed school, and then I became cool and discovered hair gel. This story has long served as a presentable turning point in his biography, until in 2017, Pattinson admitted to Howard Stern why his parents actually had to look for a new school for their son when he was 12.
I was like stealing porno magazines, selling them at school.
What a great business.
But then at the end, I got so cocky that I would take the entire rack.
Oh, dear.
And you got caught?
And I got caught.
True or not, it was Robert's father, Richard, a vintage car dealer, who was the one who pushed him up on the stage. Since the age of 4, Pattinson played piano and guitar, and was obsessed with music, but stayed in the shadows of the school theater backstage. My dad said to me the other day, "I really am an artistic person." I was shocked as I never saw him as a creative. I think me and my sisters are living out that side of him. Rob was noticed by a theater agent on the same evening he got the courage to fill in for the main actor and go on stage. At 17, he made it into the film industry, and soon enough, the whole world would hear about him.
The Hogwarts champion, Cedric Diggory.
Cedric Diggory's role in the fourth part of Harry Potter is said to be the start of his movie career. Pattinson was proclaimed to be the next British star, and even the new Jude Law. Not many people know, but he got very lucky once again. Rob believes that his first actual significant accomplishment was the role of Reese Witherspoon's character's son in Vanity Fair in 2004. It was his first Hollywood fail.
Was it?
I was cut out though.
Robert actually appeared at the premiere after his agent forgot to tell him not to go. But nobody had told me that I had been cut out. I didn't realize until the film ended the casting agent was the same one who did Harry Potter. To make it up to Pattinson, the casting agent helped him get enrolled at Hogwarts. He played Cedric Diggory, skipped college, and was going to pursue a musical career under the stage name Bobby Dupay.
When there was nothing that I couldn't take, it's all on you, dog.
But when he ran out of the money he received for the Harry Potter movie, he had to jump at every acting opportunity. This is when the Twilight Project came along. With a budget of $37 million, the movie has made 10 times that at the box office. The world went crazy for it. Robert got the MTV award for his role as Edward Cullen and was paid $2 million. Teenage girls, along with their moms as well, asking for simple selfies and also begging him to bite their necks. Even journalists were losing control at the mere sight of him.
The biggest movie star there is right now. You are the stuff. Girls, let me handle it.
But it turned out Robert was absolutely terrified of the crowds and attention. He described his first red carpet appearance as pathetic. At the premiere, as soon as he saw Edward meeting eyes with Bella on screen, he told the director, Catherine Hardwicke, "I think this is where I can't handle it anymore." And just like that, he left the movie theater. Twilight took over the world for at least 5 years. It was the same with Robert. His other roles were barely noticed, while the following parts of the Twilight saga were nominated for a Golden Raspberry Award. This is when Pattinson started saying what he actually thought about his breakthrough. He described Stephenie Meyer's script to be her own porn fantasies. Edward is kind of a mixture of looking slightly constipated and stoned. He also mentioned that the best thing he got from working on Twilight was the underwear he constantly snagged from the set, and that Twilight fans are literally on the verge of being clinically insane.
Keep it in your pants.
He actually tried to change the script to make his character appear more lively, but it didn't work out.
They said they were gonna fire me.
For the last part of Twilight, Rob received $25 million. The saga in general, and big fashion contracts he got meanwhile, ensured Pattinson a position in Forbes with $100 million at just 24 years old. An interesting fact, the Twilight saga's last scene to be shot was the deer hunting episode with Edward and Bella. Together, they had been running through the forest all alone for 4 days, while the rest of the cast had already left the set.
Don't say goodbye to anyone.
He found himself in a similar situation with Batman. This time, he described the empty shooting set like a military operation. Due to the global pandemic, the shooting progress was stalled several times and later was conducted with minimal human contact. The cameras were operated remotely. While shooting at night and wearing a mask, Robert sometimes felt like he was completely alone on the set. We were basically in night shoots the whole time. I can't even tell if people were there or not. A decade ago though, he could only dream of being left alone. The screen affair with Kristen Stewart grew into a real-life one, and the fans demanded to know every single detail. The paparazzi followed them 24/7.
It was crazy. I mean, I've never felt so out of control of my life. It's like you're literally suddenly on like a runaway train. It was crazy. Yeah, I'll never forget that.
Pattinson was so lost at the time that he constantly got caught on camera with his fly down.
They have a problem with that.
I know what's happening that you don't remember to
every time.
It's
crazy. Shut up.
Like the world has to revolve around me, he said, without yet knowing what it would all turn into later. In 2012, Pattinson was the last to find out that his girlfriend cheated on him with Rupert Sanders while working on Snow White and the Huntsman, which he directed. At first, Robert thought the pictures of them kissing on the lookout point of the Hollywood sign were fake. It later turned out that this affair was not a secret, neither for anyone on the shooting of the set or even Rupert's wife. It was a tremendous scandal. Kristen publicly apologized, but the vast Twilight fan army still cursed her and took deceived Robert's side. A real twipocalypse happened. Donald Trump was one of the first to support Robert with a tweet. "Everyone knows that I am right, that Robert Pattinson should dump Kristen Stewart. In a couple of years, he will thank me. Be smart, Robert." 3 days later, in another tweet, he invited him to have some fun at Miss Universe 2012 event. At the first interview after the breakup, Jon Stewart brought Pattinson some ice cream to ease the tension while touching this sensitive topic. David Carr, who dared to compare Rob and Kristen's story with the scandals of the British royal family, almost got attacked by the viewers.
If you and Kristen have trouble, it's like Charles and Di having trouble, or it's
Robert ignored all of it. He tried his best to promote his new movie, Cosmopolis, where he perfectly portrayed a bored millionaire, screwed Juliette Binoche, went through a prostate exam twice, and even shot himself in the hand. While Khan applauded him, the paparazzi reported every party where the actor appeared in the arms of a new model. Robert was ironic about it. "I think the stuff about fame is the most boring. People recognize your face. That's it." In 2014, Rob finally settled on singer FKA Twigs, who he dated for 3 years and ran away from the Hollywood hype to take part in some smaller projects. He went to work in the desert, the Australian outback, and even the Amazon jungle. He agreed to a supporting role in James Gray's movie The Lost City of Z, grew a beard, and lost 16 kilograms.
So you and I and a couple of mules, we'll stop a war.
Pattinson never studied acting academically. Instead, he just learned to live through his character. To make a better impression of a small-time robber in the Safdie brothers' low-budget Good Time, Robert tried working in a car wash, hung out with former convicts, and rode the subway. Finally, nobody recognized him.
I am better than you.
You're an ignorant bro.
In 2019, Pattinson turned into a lighthouse keeper who was slowly going crazy from isolation, even killing a goose and copulating with a mermaid.
What are you splitting your lungs for? You smell it.
Rob was recognized as a very skilled dramatic actor, yet he kept joking about it.
I like doing things where you're kind of getting dirty and stuff and trying to, I don't know, pissing on things.
Here he mentions Willem Dafoe, the one he went crazy with in that lighthouse. Dafoe, noting Pattinson's lack of confidence, said recently, "How do I deal with his charming self-deprecation?" Pattinson received yet more great acting talent appreciation when he got invited to take part in Tenet. It is a known fact that Christopher Nolan never does casting. He simply picks the actors for the roles.
What's happened's happened, which is an expression of faith in the mechanics of the world. It's not an excuse to do nothing.
On the first shooting day, Pattinson found out that he was approved for Batman. Nolan gave his best references. "I could not be more excited to see what he does with Batman." Robert Eggers agrees. Rob definitely has a darker side and is comfortable working in that space. Robert has been preparing for this role ever since childhood. He once joked how, as a kid, he barely got out of his superhero costumes.
Those Tim Burton Batmans when I was younger, I was obsessed with them.
Pattinson went through all of the Batman comic book series and spent time at the gym, which he hated. The paparazzi attacked Rob's house once again, and he had to confess that he'd started living together with actress Suki Waterhouse. Suki has already been shocked by all the hype around Robert. They were even mentioned in the new Gossip Girl series.
As far as the press is concerned, he's r-patz and you're Suki nobody.
Suki has already caused a massive disruption, while Rob is just patiently enduring all the hate and the inflated wave of expectations he is being swept away with again. Just like during the Edward times, he still does dumb things, panics, but continues to work hard. Lizzie Pattinson, who became a popular musician in Britain, once asked what her brother was most afraid of as a kid.
Rob's not really scared of anything. He's such a ballsy person. He's not afraid of anyone or going with his instincts with things.
After so many years of immense popularity, Pattinson learned how to brilliantly hide his fears behind jokes. At the beginning of the Batman shooting process, he claimed that if he were to fail, he would simply do porn. But art house porn. Remembering how easily he agreed to bang a mermaid, it seems Rob is ready for any kind of public evaluation of his acting. What do you like more, Pattinson's own personality or the characters he's played? Let us know in the comments down below. If you like our video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to click on the bell.